A Patriarch's Farewell, the Passing of PhilRobertson. PhilRobertson, the beloved patriarch of the Duck Dynasty family, passed away at 79. His life, full of faith, family, and outdoor adventures, touched many. News of his passing spread quickly, bringing sadness to his countless fans. Phil was known for his strong beliefs and unique way of sharing them. His journey on Earth concluded, but his story continues to resonate with many. He left behind a legacy deeply felt by those who admired him. Phil became a household name through the popular Andy show, DuckDynasty. The show offered a glimpse into a different way of life. Phil was the cornerstone of this Louisiana family. His wisdom, often delivered with humor, was a key part of the show's appeal. He showed the world that a life lived simply, close to nature and grounded in faith, could be rich and fulfilling. His absence creates a void not only for his family, but also for the millions who welcomed him into their homes. Phil was authentic, often unfiltered, and unapologetically himself. This genuineness drew people to him. He represented a voice not often heard on mainstream television. The news of his death marks the end of an era. While his family mourns a husband, father, and grandfather, his fans mourn a unique television personality. A Duck Dynasty, from Louisiana backwoods to global phenomenon. Duck Dynasty first graced television screens in 2012 on the A&E network. The show quickly captured the attention of viewers across the nation and beyond. It was an unexpected hit, turning the Robertson family into stars. The series ran for 11 seasons, offering a window into the lives of a family dedicated to their business, duckcommander. But the show became about so much more than just business. It was about family, faith, and a unique way of life. What made Duck Dynasty such a cultural phenomenon was its blend of elements. It showcased the tight-knit Robertson family, their everyday interactions, and their strong Christian values. Viewers were drawn to the family's seemingly simple life in West Monroe, Louisiana. They appreciated the emphasis on family meals, prayer, and outdoor activities. The show provided a contrast to other reality programs that often focused on conflict and drama. Instead, Duck Dynasty highlighted unity and shared beliefs, even amidst disagreements. The appeal of Duck Dynasty crossed many demographic lines. It was popular in rural areas, but it also found an audience in urban settings. People from various backgrounds tuned in each week. The show managed to be entertaining while also conveying messages about the importance of family, hard work, and spiritual conviction. It left an indelible mark on the landscape of reality television, proving that authenticity could be a powerful draw. PhilRobertson, the unfiltered voice of the dynasty. PhilRobertson was undeniably the heart and soul of Duck Dynasty. As the patriarch of the family, his presence was commanding. He was the founder of the Duckcommander company. His journey from a young man with a passion for duck hunting to the head of a successful business was inspiring. On the show, he was often seen as the wise elder. He dispensed advice, shared stories, and led the family in prayer. His deep voice and distinctive appearance, complete with a long beard, made him instantly recognizable. Phil was an outdoorsman through and through. He preferred the simplicity of the Louisiana bayous to the complexities of modern life. He was a storyteller, often recounting tales from his past with a mix of humor and seriousness. His philosophies were straightforward, emphasizing hard work, family loyalty, and a deep connection to God and nature. He wasn't afraid to speak his mind, even if his views were sometimes controversial. This unfiltered approach made him a compelling figure for many viewers, who appreciated his honesty and lack of pretense. Phil's influence extended to all members of his family depicted on the show. Anchored in faith, Phil's unwavering Christian convictions. PhilRobertson's Christian faith was the foundation of his life. He spoke openly and frequently about his relationship with Jesus Christ. His faith was a vibrant, guiding force that he wished to share with others. On Duck Dynasty, Phil's faith was woven into the fabric of the show. The family meals almost always concluded with Phil leading a prayer. These prayers were heartfelt and sincere, often reflecting on the day's events and giving thanks for God's blessings. For many viewers, this open display of faith was refreshing and inspiring. Faith served as a guiding principle in Phil's life and decisions, both personal and professional. He often talked about how his life was transformed when he embraced Christianity. He spoke of overcoming past struggles through the power of his faith. The Robertson family, in their statements following his passing, highlighted this aspect of his life. They spoke of his life saved by grace and his bold faith. His legacy is inextricably linked to his Christian witness. Section 5. Navigating the storm controversy, conviction, and public discourse. PhilRobertson's time in the public eye was not without its challenges. In 2013, he found himself at the center of a significant controversy. This arose from an interview he gave to GQ magazine. In the article, Phil shared his personal views on homosexuality and made comments regarding African Americans in the pre-civil rights era South. These remarks were widely reported and drew considerable criticism. The situation quickly escalated, placing Phil and the entire Duck Dynasty franchise under intense scrutiny. The comments made by Phil in the GQ interview were deeply rooted in his conservative Christian beliefs. The backlash was immediate and strong. LGBTQ+ advocacy groups called for action, and many people expressed their disappointment and anger. In response to the public outcry, A&E, the network airing Duck Dynasty, took action. They announced that PhilRobertson would be suspended from the show indefinitely. The network stated that his personal views did not reflect those of A&E. After a brief period, the network reversed its decision and reinstated Phil on the show. Section 6. The Long Goodbye. Phil's courageous battle with Alzheimer's. In the later years of his life, PhilRobertson faced a significant health challenge. In December 2024, his family shared publicly that he had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. This news saddened his many fans and followers. Alzheimer's is a progressive brain disorder that slowly destroys memory and thinking skills. The family revealed that Phil was in the early stages of the disease. This diagnosis brought a new difficult chapter to his life and for those who loved and cared for him. The nature of Alzheimer's disease means that it brings a gradual decline. For Phil, this meant that his health began to struggle noticeably. His son, Jaserobertson, spoke about the challenges his father was facing. He mentioned that conversations with Phil had become difficult. Despite these difficulties, the family continued to support Phil with love and care, navigating this tough journey together. By being open about Phil's Alzheimer's, they raised awareness about the disease. Section 7. A Family's Heartbreak, A Family's Hope. Tributes to a Beloved Father. The news of PhilRobertson's passing brought forth heartfelt tributes from his family. His daughter-in-law, Robertson, shared the news on Facebook. Her message was filled with both sorrow and a deep sense of faith. She wrote, "We celebrate today that our father, husband, and grandfather, PhilRobertson, is now with the Lord." This statement immediately framed their grief within the context of their Christian beliefs. Corey emphasized the hope that their faith provided during this difficult time. She reminded everyone of the promise of eternal life, a comfort that sustained them. Phil's son, Jaserobertson, also shared his feelings publicly. He posted a message on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. Jace expressed that his father would be greatly missed. However, he also conveyed a sense of peace, stating that Phil was now in good hands with God. Section 8. The Legacy Lives On. Duck Dynasty, The Revival, and a New Generation. Even as the family mourned PhilRobertson's passing, plans were already in motion for his legacy to continue. The Robertson family is set to return to reality television. A new series titled Duck Dynasty, The Revival has been announced. This news brings a sense of anticipation for fans who have missed the family on their screens. The revival signifies that the story of the Robertsons is not over. It is a testament to the enduring appeal of their family dynamics and their way of life. Duck Dynasty. The revival is scheduled to air in the summer of 2025. It will be broadcast on A&E, the same network that launched the original series to fame. The new series is planned to be substantial, with 21-hour episodes spread over 2 seasons. Fans can look forward to spending more time with the Robertsons, seeing how their lives have evolved since the original show concluded. The show will feature the great-grandchildren of Phil and Miss Kay, adding a fresh dynamic to the series. Section 9. Remembering Phil, an enduring impact on hearts and homes. PhilRobertson leaves behind an enduring legacy, one that extends far beyond the realm of reality television. He showed that authenticity, even when controversial, could resonate deeply with audiences. Duck Dynasty was a unique program, and Phil was its undeniable anchor. He brought a different kind of reality star to the forefront, one who was more interested in faith, family, and the outdoors than in fame itself. He challenged the norms of television and, in doing so, created a space for shows that celebrated a more traditional way of life. His influence on fans was profound, largely through the open sharing of his Christian faith and his emphasis on family values. For many, Phil was a role model. He encouraged people to prioritize their spiritual lives and to cherish their families. His messages of hope, redemption, and the importance of a personal relationship with God touched countless hearts. The Robertson family's commitment to carrying on his legacy is clear. Through Duck Dynasty, the revival, and their continued public presence, they will ensure that Phil's values and stories live on.